So, is Oppenheimer a blast or a bomb?
Oh gosh. So cheesy. I
I'm
would expect nothing less.
And just so you know, there will be spoilers.
This is a national emergency.
Detonator charged.
People have been talking about Oppenheimer ever since its release back in July, and especially in tandem with sort of Barbenheimer. But what I found amazing is that the movie took me to the book, which is it's based on a book called American Prometheus. On Audible, it's a 26-hour read. I admit I have not finished it, but the most impressive thing to me was just how well Christopher Nolan was able to take all of that dense, layered information and synthesize it and weave it together into a blockbuster style entertainment that's really just people talking in rooms about physics and government.
It was
It's
packed.
definitely,
I,
yeah.
I mean, those 3+ hours, he had to layer that information and it did not feel like
Hmm.
3 hours. It was boom, boom, boom. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
the pace was quite fast. The
Yeah.
thing I said about this one is I think it should be an option to have like some supplemental materials that come with the film. So like, some cliff notes of like historical timeline, definitely a character map. Like if you remember that from, back in high school when you'd read a novel, like
Yeah.
way too many men with glasses, white men with glasses, they were everywhere. I was like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Yeah, need some supplemental materials because the first time I watched it, I was very confused.
Mm.
It took the second viewing to like I had it all together and then I appreciated the film so much more.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it now, I think 4 times, and it is definitely like most Christopher Nolan movies, they do reward multiple viewings. He delivers the goods in terms of like movie spectacle that kind of make you want to go in the first place. He also makes you lean in, so that you're like, and my joke is like the reason why Christopher Nolan movies make $1 billion is because you're like, wait, what did he say? And you have to go buy another ticket to find out what he said because of the sound mix, but it still requires your participation.
And
But yeah.
attention.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved what the sound. I mean, the sound in the film.
Mm.
Sometimes it was a bit much for me, I will say, like just a little bit too much. Like the special effects and the sound like kind of going on. It was just a hair too much. It was cool, but like
Hmm.
so that's one critique I would have. But things like when the town is all celebrating when they drop the bomb, and all of a sudden we get silence and we see
Yeah.
the crowd celebrating, but we see the face of Oppenheimer and just him struggling with,
Hmm.
the celebration versus the devastation was amazing. And then when they were testing the bomb, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden it goes quiet and all we hear is his breath.
Hmm.
Really neat
Yeah.
stuff with sound.
Yeah, that sequence, I have the Blu-ray here, and that's the one that I've watched a few times just as a standalone section from the time of the Trinity test when they finally do it to kind of the end of that sequence. And it's like a 25-minute sequence. And and I think like from the if I remember correctly, when the bomb goes off, it's like another 20 or so seconds before we hear any sound. And then, you get the jolt that they must have felt, like
Right.
I really feel like they did an amazing job at putting you in their shoes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
which I
Mm-hmm.
think you would have to because I mean, there's just so many layers of complexity, just, you know, aside from physics and the inner workings of government, like the moral implications of everything that they're doing. And the fact that they thought that this would bring peace, they're like, well, we'll build it, but no one's going to use it, right? I mean,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome film. Loved it.
I would be very happy if Christopher Nolan and company swept all the awards.
Do you
Yeah,
think it'll happen?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
I have some feelings about maybe some of the races might be a little tricky, but I feel like I think it'll be a sweep. So,
Ooh. All right. Exciting prediction.
yeah. Explosive prediction.
Yeah, it blew my mind.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. We're going to be doing some more of these videos talking about Oscar-nominated films, so yeah, stay tuned. We have a couple fun ones coming up. I'll be talking with Michelle on some other videos, and also want to take this opportunity to plug myself. I am a filmmaker, I am a director, a screenwriter, and an editor, and would love to work with you if you have ideas for storytelling videos, either for your business or for other needs. Let's have a chat.